What separates ordinary individuals from extraordinary leaders? This is a question that has perplexed many, yet the answer is simpler than you might think. Leadership, in its truest form, is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one life influencing another. It's about inspiring change, bringing about transformation, and leading the way for others to follow. Let's take a journey back in time to the early 20th century, to a tumultuous period in history, where the world was on the brink of disaster. Enter Winston Churchill, a man of extraordinary courage and conviction. His leadership was not about flexing his political muscles or asserting dominance. Instead, it was about inspiring a nation, instilling hope when all seemed lost. With his stirring speeches and steadfast resolve, he managed to rally the spirits of millions, turning the tide of World War II. Fast forward a few decades to the civil rights movement in America. Here we find another extraordinary leader, Martin Luther King Jr. Unlike Churchill, King didn't have the backing of a nation. He was a minister from Georgia, fighting against the deeply entrenched prejudices of his time. Yet his powerful words and peaceful protests sparked a revolution. He led not by force but by example, inspiring millions to stand up for their rights, igniting change that still echoes today. These leaders, though vastly different in their backgrounds and battles, shared a common trait. They understood that true leadership is about inspiring others to rise above their circumstances, to strive for something greater. They knew that leadership is not about being in control, but about empowering others to take control of their own destinies. So, what separates ordinary individuals from extraordinary leaders? It's not power or prestige. It's the ability to inspire, to transform, to lead with conviction and compassion. It's the understanding that great leadership isn't about power, but empowering others. What did Steve Jobs see that others couldn't? That's the question that leads us to the heart of visionary leadership. You see, Jobs wasn't merely looking at the world around him. He was envisioning the world as it could be, a world where technology isn't just a tool, but an extension of ourselves, a catalyst for our creativity. Vision is at the core of revolutionary leadership. It's the ability to see beyond the horizon, to visualize not only what is, but what could be. It's this foresight that sets leaders apart, enabling them to inspire, motivate, and guide others towards a shared goal. Take Steve Jobs, for instance. When he co-founded Apple in the late 70s, personal computers were a novelty, a luxury few could afford. But Jobs saw a future where computers would be as ubiquitous as televisions, a staple in every household. Did he possess some uncanny ability to predict the future? No. What he had was a clear vision, one that drove him and his team to innovate, to challenge the status quo, and ultimately, to change the world. But having a vision isn't enough. A leader must also be able to convey this vision to others, to inspire them to join in the pursuit of this shared dream. Jobs was a master at this. He didn't just sell products, he sold dreams, possibilities. He made people believe that they could do the impossible, that they could think different. This is the power of visionary leadership. It's not about having all the answers or knowing the best way forward. It's about seeing the potential in every situation, in every challenge, in every person. It's about daring to dream and having the courage to pursue that dream, no matter the obstacles. So what did Steve Jobs see that others couldn't? He saw a future that was different, better. He saw the potential for transformation, for innovation, for greatness, and he inspired others to see it too. Visionary leaders don't just see things as they are, but as they could be. They are the dreamers, the pioneers, the changemakers. They are the ones who dare to envision a better future, and who inspire us to help make it a reality. How did Mother Teresa touch so many lives? This question opens up a profound exploration into the role of empathy in leadership. Mother Teresa, a beacon of compassion and understanding, led a life that was a testament to the power of empathy. She didn't just serve the poor, she lived among them, shared their pain, and understood their struggles. This wasn't a strategic move or a calculated action. This was empathy in its purest form. Empathy is not just about understanding what others are going through, it's about sharing their feelings, seeing the world through their eyes. It's about truly connecting with others, not as a boss to a subordinate, but as a fellow human being. Empathy is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence, a vital trait for any leader. It enables leaders to build trust, foster loyalty, and create an environment where everyone feels heard and valued. When a leader shows empathy, they're saying, "I see you, I hear you, and what you feel matters to me." Mother Teresa's empathetic leadership wasn't about grand gestures or heroic acts. It was about small, everyday actions that showed she cared. It was about listening, understanding, and responding with kindness and compassion. Her leadership was a quiet revolution, powered by empathy, and it changed the world. Empathy in leadership is not a sign of weakness, but a strength. It's not about being nice or avoiding tough decisions. It's about understanding the impact of those decisions on the people they affect. An empathetic leader is not one who simply nods and smiles. They are leaders who feel with their team, who share their highs and lows, who understand their dreams and fears. They are leaders who, like Mother Teresa, touch lives and leave a lasting impact. Empathy is a powerful tool that can transform leadership from a position of authority to a relationship of trust. It's the key to unlocking the full potential of your team, to inspiring them to give their best, and to creating a culture of respect and understanding. Empathetic leaders don't just understand feelings, they feel understanding. They don't just lead, they touch lives, they inspire, and they make a difference. And that, ultimately, is what true leadership is all about. How did Nelson Mandela turn adversity into advantage? This question takes us into the heart of resilience, an essential quality for effective leadership. Nelson Mandela, an iconic figure in the fight against apartheid, offers a masterclass in resilience. He spent 27 grueling years in prison, yet emerged not with a heart full of vengeance, but with a vision of unity and reconciliation. Mandela's resilience wasn't just about enduring hardship, it was about transforming it into a catalyst for change. Resilience is more than just bouncing back from adversity. It's about growing, learning, and becoming stronger through the challenges we face. It's the art of turning setbacks into comebacks. Leaders like Mandela don't just survive adversity, they use it as a springboard to leap forward. But how does a resilient leader foster resilience in a team? It's through creating an environment that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth. It's about encouraging a mindset that views failure not as a dead end, but as a detour to a potentially better path. Think of it this way. A resilient leader is like a seasoned captain sailing through a tempest. The captain doesn't deny the storm. They acknowledge it, understand it, and then chart a course that navigates through it. They reassure the crew, not with empty promises of calm seas, but with the conviction that they have the skills, the courage, and the grit to weather the storm together. Resilience, however, doesn't mean going it alone. A resilient leader knows the value of seeking help, of leaning on others when the going gets tough. They understand that resilience is a collective strength, forged in the fires of adversity and tempered by the bonds of teamwork. So let's take a leaf out of Mandela's book. Let's face adversity head-on, turn challenges into opportunities, and weave resilience into the very fabric of our leadership. Because resilient leaders don't just endure hardship, they grow from it. What leadership quality resonates with you the most? That's a question we've explored together today, delving into the essential qualities that define effective leaders across all walks of life. We kicked things off by deciphering the leadership enigma. We discovered that leadership isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It's a myriad of qualities, skills, and attitudes that come together to guide and inspire others. It's not a title, it's a responsibility, a commitment. Then we ventured into the realm of the visionary leader. We saw how individuals like Elon Musk and Martin Luther King Jr. leveraged their compelling visions to mobilize people and bring about change. Their ability to see what others couldn't and their courage to pursue those visions made them iconic leaders of their times. Next, we navigated the landscape of empathetic leadership. We learned from the likes of Oprah Winfrey and Nelson Mandela, who showed us that empathy is not a weakness but a strength. They demonstrated that understanding and sharing the feelings of others is a powerful way to connect, build trust, and foster a supportive environment. After that, we dove into the world of resilience. Leaders like Abraham Lincoln and Winston Churchill faced seemingly insurmountable challenges, yet they persevered. Their resilience inspired their followers, proving that setbacks are not the end, but merely stepping stones to success. Now, as we wrap up, I invite you to reflect on these qualities. Which ones do you see in yourself? Which ones do you aspire to develop? You see, unlocking your leadership potential starts with self-awareness and a desire to grow. To aid you in this journey, we've provided some resources in the description below. They're packed with insights and practical tips to help you foster these leadership qualities. Remember, leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more insightful videos on leadership and personal development. Until next time, keep growing and keep leading.